Yeah, it's back to the talk, Cook Speaks, and welcome back all the viewers of mine, ladies and gentlemen. So eventually now with Mr. Corona being shown in the door by the vaccinations coming out, and what a dreadful year 2020 was. So now with the advent of 2021, why not cheer up life? And I thought, what better way than to have a musician amongst us? Because music is one thing, जो कहते हैं ना tinkling in life देती है. And I was lucky enough to have a gentleman who hails from Pune. Of course, when I'll show you the photograph, all the music, the rock lovers of India would immediately recognize this icon of rock music in India. He was in a private visit to Bhopal, and I just requested him, and very kind of the gentleman, he immediately agreed. He's driving back to Pune tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce you to the co-founder of one of the top bands of India, rock bands of India, Agni. And the name of the gentleman, I think maximum of the gentlemen would be knowing, is Coco. So here is Mr. Coco sitting with us. Welcome, Coco, to the talk show Cook Speaks.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
As I said, you in a private visit to Bhopal?
Yes.
Okay. And planning to leave back tomorrow, is it?
We are leaving tomorrow.
Okay. So Coco, how's been life? I mean, when I met you and we had a discussion, you know, there were three parameters which came in life in my mind after I read your biography and I read your career. Of course, one is destiny, which I'll start with.
Okay.
You were never destined to be a musician. You were to go to South Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, Africa.
Okay.
My cousin was into the timber trade.
Okay.
And
which year was that?
This was he was in business, I think, since from around 1980s, early 80s.
Okay. And which is the year that you had planned to go to?
And he was basically. It was always decided that I'll finish my graduation and I will join him.
Okay.
And of course, as an employee, but I was really looking forward to leading that kind of life. So I never really pursued academics. I just wanted to become a graduate and then start work.
Okay.
Yeah, and to go and live on a plantation
Okay.
and drive Range Rovers. And, those kind of romantic dreams I had.
Okay. More into nature.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense, the entire thought of living on a plantation always excited me, because since my childhood, even my cousins were planters, coffee planters in Chikmagalur. So all my summer holidays during school were all on coffee plantations.
Okay,
so,
great.
So that entire lifestyle,
more inclined towards the nature.
Yeah. Okay, so it was something which I always thought I was going to do. But unfortunately, at the time when I was supposed to join him, that is the time when he left everything and he suffered huge losses, and he came back practically, with his life, because his partner there was equivalent to probably a very, very big politician here.
Okay. Things were bad those times in Africa.
Yeah. And the military rule. And
It was that. Now, this is where I want to emphasize the importance of destiny. अपन लोग घबरा जाते हैं यार, ये हो गया अपने साथ. He had to go to Africa. He didn't go to Africa. He stayed in India, and he took private tuitions for some time.
Yes, I started.
Now, with a gentleman who's an icon today, he started with private tuitions in a small place in Pune, with maybe about 100 students.
Yeah, it was the first. In the first month, I got enrolled. I enrolled around 160 students.
But that itself is great, yeah. You have 160 students in the first month. तो बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है.
Yeah.
Then what? How did you graduate from those teaching into a small time into a big guitarist, and what was
the thing was, I used to play for then a professional band called Tall Fat Thins.
Yeah.
And
tall,
fat,
thin. Exactly.
Yeah,
the pronunciation is tall, fat, and thin.
Yeah, I know. It's quite a corny name, but so at that time, it was more of a I wanted a kind of a day job, because I was already playing shows with this band.
Your guitar, Coco, you've been playing from childhood?
Yes, pretty much from the age of around 8.
And which is the guitar you started with?
You mean the company?
Yeah. तो उस टाइम पे तो वो छोटे
it was a baby guitar.
It was a baby guitar, yeah.
And I remember the name of the brand. There was a brand called Master Guitars.
Master Guitar, exactly.
So I remember having that. I was in boarding school.
No, why I'm cutting you short is people here who are watching, they want to become overnight heroes today. You know, I was having a chat with some other gentleman about a couple of days back. आज camera face किया, कल को top hero बन जाएंगे. Now this gentleman who is a top icon of rock music has been practicing when he was 8 years old. A point to be noted here. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the thing about music is it's a very, it's like that ocean. You know, the more you learn, the smaller you start feeling.
Very.
You know, you feel that you
Beautifully said.
Yeah,
Beautifully said. The
just
more you start learning, the more smaller you feel.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's just too much for anyone to say. You know, whenever I'm introduced as a master of his craft and stuff like that, people say use a lot of this thing. It's not possible.
But you are one of the. It's your humility. But I think you are one of the icons for rock music in India today.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I've been one of the lucky few who has seen success, because I know of a lot of musicians who are my counterparts or my senior people.
Any names?
No, what I'm about to say is like I wouldn't want to name them,
okay.
But I've seen some really, really talented people, you know, who are my counterparts or senior to me, or who've not really made it.
Destiny.
And
if you remember, I started the conversation with Destiny. You know.
Yeah. So I think luck plays a huge role, you know, in terms of success in any line of work. But especially with performance arts, the entire thing, the verdict always remains in the hands of the listener.
Exactly.
So if the listener accepts you, that's when you're deemed as a successful person.
But after you got a platform, you know, when Destiny played a hand in you not going to South Africa or Africa and staying back in India, then you joined Agni. We'll come to that as one of the co-founders in 2007. Hard work also paid off? You had to work hard for it?
Actually, I think of myself as an extremely lazy person. But
that is all right. But in terms of the quality time,
yeah.
Don't you forget the quantity time.
What happens is typically, I have to say this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day when people go to work, I guess so do I. Even I go to work, but I don't feel I'm working. For me, it is like a leisure activity even when I'm working. That's the reason why I would never exchange my job with any other is because I don't think I work a single day of my life. Because I'm always partying. It's a leisure activity.
Great.
And to get paid for a leisure activity, what more do you?
You enjoy it. Actually, you enjoy. The main thing is your enjoyment is there.
True.
Again, a big lesson for the viewers. You know, you do something which you like.
Yeah.
Rather than being paid for something which you don't like. Now, for a man who is one of the top icons of the country, he says he's not working, it's a leisure job for him. So that's great, yeah. When you were associated with the Agni band, before you co-founded the other Agni in 2007 with Kannan Mohan, I think.
Yes.
Your band met with a very tragic accident way back in 1995.
Yes.
You had your bass...
our bass player Jaggi and...
Your manager, I think,
Mandy. His name.
What happened? How was
it was a case of drunken driving, actually.
They were driving by road?
They were on road, and a person driving the car was another friend called Avinash.
I think he also lost his life?
Yes, so he also lost his life. In fact, the person who was driving was the vocalist of my previous band called
It must have been a very heart-wrecking experience for you.
It was, in fact, I was supposed to be in that car that evening, but my uncle had come from Hyderabad, and when I said that I'll just go out with my friends and come back a little late, he said, fine, next time you come to Hyderabad, I'll leave you at home. So I was like, yeah, my uncle wants me to come back. So I went back home, and Destiny, I suppose...
I think Destiny has played a very major game in your life here. To start with your career and then, the second lease of life in 1995.
True.
Then 2007 you co-founded the Agni band, which is the famous Agni band of Pune. That is with Kannan Mohan.
Yes.
How was that? Kannan Mohan, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the leading bankers that time?
He was a vice president with Deutsche Bank.
Yeah.
And he fancy apartment in Bombay, and he was just about to sign his lease for his new car and all of that. And we had kept bumping into each other in various places. And I just asked him, do you want to start a band? And he said, yeah, sure. And that evening, he put in his resignation and
Oh my God.
Now, I had no clue he was going to do that. But I suppose he was also looking outside of what he was doing. He was keen on pursuing music because he's a naturally talented person. I mean, and he comes from a family of musicians.
Okay.
His mother and his sister are very, very well-known musicians.
All right, yeah, Coco, but to resign a job,
Yeah.
vice president, you are saying, and about to sign the lease for a grand flat in Bombay,
Yeah.
for a car, it requires guts.
See, I think there is a certain, percentage of madness in every person who follows a career like this. I don't think these are decisions made by the brain. They are
I think I will,
decisions made by the
I
heart.
will disagree with you here, though I should not be because we are chatting as friends. That streak of madness is only with performers, with achievers.
Yeah.
It is not with people who are sitting in the house.
Yeah.
I will not agree in that. This streak of madness is absolutely correlated with achievers who've set a goal for themselves. Now, to attain that goal, they will go to any streak of madness, of course, on the constructive side.
Yeah.
Of course, on the constructive
Sure.
side. So, I mean, that is a credit.
Yeah.
That's a credit.
Yeah.
That your goal is set, no?
No, and what was happening at that time? There was, the entire thing, the way it was unfolding, the entire, train of events which happened, where we met and we decided. None of it had any kind of, master plan. It was something
All spontaneous.
It was all spontaneous, and had it not been that way, I don't think. We didn't even know what we were going to do. In terms of, I had a few compositions, he had a few compositions. I said, let's just get into the studio and record a demo and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And within a month, we had a record deal with Sony.
Yeah, that was.
And it was, for me, I had taken a sabbatical from music for nearly 5-6 years.
Reason?
Basically, I think there was the older Agni had come to the end of its shelf life.
Maybe you felt a void after the death of the accident.
That too, of course, after the death, we continued for nearly 5 to 6 years, but it was never the same. And although we released an album, and we released the second album with the old Agni called Mrityunjay, and barely 1 year from then we disbanded.
Okay.
So I suppose that it had finished its life cycle, the older band, and also everyone had turned into an age where they had to concentrate on their personal careers and all of that. So, I think that that was pretty much, it was on for around 12 years.
Okay.
Then I decided that I want to give something else a shot, and I started a event management company.
Okay.
I had
And it was a total break from music.
It wasn't actually. It was since I was part of the performance arts field. I felt that I was at home because it was part of what I did.
Okay.
It was just that from the artist side, I went to the business side of things.
Okay.
And
Okay.
to understand it in a different way, which later on helped me even when I became an artist again. That I learned about production. I learned about sound and lights. I was also a business partner with one of the biggest sound vendors in at that time called
Okay.
Benny Matthews.
Okay.
So we got into business together, and I used to do sound for Sonu Nigam and
Okay.
Sunidhi Chan, and the 25,000 seating and delay stacks and lights and trusses and all of that. And so I was pretty much part of the same. Being sound, light, stage, venues, all of that.
More familiar, I think, more familiar.
Yeah, so it was, but just that I was a vendor at that time. So in those 5-6 years, and somewhere along the line, I think I miss being on stage.
Now that comes to my last portion with you. I had divided mentally when I had met you. I had divided this segment into three portions. Of course, one was Destiny, which I played a very major role with you. And the other was the hardworking, which you rightly described. It's always a leisure for me, working. Third is this peace of mind, where you seem to be a very peaceful personality, and which you yourself said, I missed coming on the stage. Now, was it done with purpose? 1 minute. My question is not complete.
Okay.
You didn't like to be a part of the commercial compositions of the rock music or of the Hindi other song, the compositions where you would have been a part, where you didn't like the content of the lyrics or the contents of the song. Was it something like that? You wanted to be away from the typical commercial compositions?
No, I'll tell you something. Initially, with the old Agni, we used to play a lot of covers also. We used to play, covers from Megadeth and Metallica and all these metal bands, and we used to slip in our own compositions.
Yeah.
And right from childhood, I've always wanted to play my own music.
Okay.
Because that's what most musicians across the globe, they play their own music.
Yeah.
And of course, there are cover bands even, overseas. You have a lot of bands which play covers. But that was something which I never felt I wanted to do. I wanted to create my own, and I also see myself more as a composer than a guitar player. So for me, playing my own music was very, very crucial. So when it came to coming back to music after a sabbatical, it was more to do with job satisfaction. And since I had tasted that bit for 12 years with the older Agni, and every time I used to do sound for other bands who were then my counterparts, people from Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
I remember Palash Sen from Euphoria.
Okay.
They used to invite me on stage to play one song with them.
Okay.
When I was doing sound for them.
Okay.
And I remember Palash telling me, "Yaar, tujhe sound kya kar raha hai? Yaar, you should be on stage. What are you doing behind the mixer?" So I used to say, "It's a job. Abhi maine kar liya." He said, "No, you can't throw in the towel." So I think Palash, Rahul Ram, all these guys, every time they played on my sound.
Okay.
And they used to tell me, "This is not what you're supposed to do. You have to get back." So somewhere along the line,
it was there. It was there. In your mind.
These things also affect you, subconsciously. And the only the side of it was that I was probably earning a lot more than as a sound vendor than a musician. But I don't think money is the
exactly.
driver for.
That is what I was
Today, when I look at what I do, probably I earned a little more money being an event manager and a sound vendor.
But more peaceful right now?
Today, yeah, and that entire pressure of having the turnover and the salaries and everything, I don't have any of those pressures.
Yeah.
मैंने अगर एक शो बजा के 10 रुपए कमा लिए, वो सारे 10 रुपए मेरे लिए, उसमें से सैलरीज देने, ये देना है, वो देना है, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है.
देखो कोको, ये नजरिए की बात होती है. That is where we come to the limitation where you want to be happy.
Yeah.
Now Coco can be top. Coco can be, you can go to here and you can go there and collect money, but you are happy. Therefore, I'm coming to the most important aspect to discuss with you. A man who's gained enough popularity, who's known for his music, but you are happy and peace at what you are doing right now.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'll be coming to the last few questions with you. I'll not take much time of yours. How do you rate the future of the rock music now in India? Now the rock bands are coming up. People are recognizing rock music. Yes. As compared to 10 years back.
See, I'll tell you, I never looked at myself as a flag bearer for rock music. I've always looked at the music which I, compose and produce. And me being a guitar player, obviously the sound of the guitar automatically comes into so it becomes rock music. Yeah. But it was never set out that I want to be a a rock musician.
Yeah,
It was always that I want to be a musician.
Correct.
So the rock genre as such was a byproduct of what happened. So I remember even earlier when we moved from playing English music to Hindi music, you know, I used to get a lot of hate mail. You know, you become a sellout and you become commercial, and you know, at that time when the pride of being Indian was not, you know, people used to look towards the West.
Yeah.
But now the homegrown music is loved that much more.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
pride in our people in terms of the language, our culture. We like to show it off, you know. So that difference which came about in during the process of creating the music, that is what gives me that satisfaction. So. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was asking you, now, you come into the taking pride in making good Hindi music.
Yeah.
You have come up with a lovely album on Kabira.
Yes.
And so that is something now we are going back to as you said, the Hindi language.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful album. I've heard that, Kabir. Absolutely fabulous. Now, I was just asking you the future, whatever you call it, the typical rock music. It holds good in India. People are liking it now.
See, today if you listen to, let us say, any Hindi film song, you will hear the sound of guitar,
Yeah.
drums,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know, because most of the music directors today, they come from the rock background.
Correct.
Whether it's an A.R. Rahman who was part of a band called Nemesis Avenue.
So that impact is there.
So the entire, they come, I think this is the training ground for, you know, it's the school which actually
Even Shankar Ehsaan Loy?
Ehsaan used to play with a band called Faces in the Dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Vishal Dadlani was a singer composer for Pentagram. So there's a lot of that influence already there in.
Correct.
And now what has happened is, because in a milder and a watered down version of that genre of music has made itself appear in what we call Bollywood today.
Correct.
And so people's familiarity with those sounds are much higher now.
Okay.
The acceptance levels of that kind of music, that kind of sound
Is there now.
Yeah, if you hear a overdriven guitar in a Hindi song, it doesn't sound alien to the Indian palate anymore.
Correct.
So that entire concept of rock being apart from what we, even if you watch a Sunidhi Chauhan show or a Vishal Dadlani show on stage, it's nothing but a rock band.
Correct.
You know, it's got the same musicians which play in other bands.
Correct.
So in fact, some of my musicians in my band play as sessions players for all these bands.
Okay.
So that entire radical differentiation is not there. Like in the earlier times, when we were talking about the Nadine Shravans and all of that genre and that sound of Bollywood was very different.
Yeah.
वो हीरो वाला वॉइस टिपिकल वो स्ट्रिंग सेक्शन है वही है वो तबला ढोलकी है ऐसे कुछ
तबला हारमोनियम
वो डिफरेंस that difference is no more there.
So it's more of a fusion now with the mainstream music now.
I think today if people want to pursue music as a career, the options are a lot more. They're open. There is work for musicians. I mean,
why I asked you this question is that nowadays, if you see these film festivals, I am associated closely with the film festival JIFLIF, which happens in Bhopal, and there is the Jaipur Literature Festival also. You will be surprised that a lot of bands are playing now.
Yeah.
And we have got an evening of bands. Maybe it's the band from Kashmir, Alef, or it's the Kabir Cafe, or it's you played 31st December Bhopal.
Yes,
you played. Yes. You were called specially for 31st December. Can you imagine anyone calling you in Bhopal maybe 10 years back? So the acceptance is there.
Yes.
So
and that too playing only original music.
Only original music. And that also in a place like Bhopal on the upper lake you played. I saw that performance of yours. The Department of Culture had called you. So therefore I am saying now the people are accepting this fusion of rock music with the mainstream music. That is good. That keeps both the art, the traditional and the rock alive.
True.
Okay, now what about Agni, sir? What are your next plans for Agni? You plan to take it now with the COVID? Of course, you would have been having a setback in terms of
it's for the time being with the kind of scenario which is happening where social distancing. So obviously shows where a collection of 5,000-10,000 people.
It's not permitted, yeah.
It's not permitted, so obviously shows are not happening. But there are online concerts happening. There are a couple of things.
Online concerts
we haven't done one as yet. But
I mean, if you're talking about music of your type,
online.
I mean, of course, there is no
the connect.
Yeah,
you need to connect with the audience.
There is absolutely no fun.
So I'm hoping that
Things
now that the vaccines are out and people have started, I think a certain sense of normality should start.
Maybe another about 6-7 months.
6-7 months. I think we should start seeing some normality.
I think we have kept Mr. Corona as a very respected guest for about 9 months.
2020 was
so with the vaccines coming now, I think he should go back now, gentlemen, and give us some good peaceful days. Coco, it's been absolutely a pleasure, and I really thank him. He was absolutely, as I said, on a private visit. And a very humble man, down-to-earth man, as you're seeing him. And don't take him as a very small man. He's an icon. In Pune, it will be very tough to meet him. So, Koke, it's been absolutely so sweet of you to come and talk with me.
My pleasure.
And hopefully we'll catch next time whenever we are in Bhopal, or you are in Bhopal, or I am in Pune.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Coco.
Thank you for having me.